Welcome everyone to a Peter Frampton just classic song. This is a beautiful song. You know, if you watch him play this live, he changes it every time. Whether it's Frampton alive, modern day, you know, acoustic with somebody accompanying him. But let's go over the gist of the song. It's really more of a feel song. So with that said, what we're going to do is you really need to know how to mute notes to play this song. So what we're going to do is be on the 5th string at the 10th fret, 2nd string at the 12th fret. We're muting the 6th, and I'm going to use my first finger, and I'm also going to lay it down and mute the 4th string. And then that G note open will be our, I'll call it our pedal note, because it's consistent throughout the song. Okay, so we're muting all the other notes. So we're only playing the 5th, the 3rd, and the 2nd string. So with that said, you want to lay your pinky across the 1st string also to mute that. So my 1st string's muting the 6th and 4th. We're letting the 3rd and 2nd fretted ring, and then we're muting the 1st. And then we move this 4 from 10 and 12 down to 9 and 10. So we're going from 2 frets apart to 1 fret apart, and again 1 fret apart when we move to the 7th and 8th fret. Alright, so we have this. And then what he does is move to the 5th and 7th, so we're going to spread it out again, 1 fret apart to the 3rd and 5th, and then we're going to move to a B7. Okay, it's really important. If you watch him do this live, in the early years he uses his thumb, mutes the 5th string. Same when he moves up to an A7, minor 7th. Alright, so we got a B minor 7th, then we're moving to an A minor 7th. Okay, so we have this so far. Let me play the full chords for you. We'll do it slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, when he's playing the A minor 7th, we're going to put our pinky down onto the 1st string at the 7th fret. And again, sometimes he'll just play a down and then up down and then go back in, and other times he'll play it more of a down, down, up. Again, this is a feel song, so go with how you enjoy it or the version you're playing with. I really enjoy this. I've got a Live from Detroit CD that I really enjoy this version on. So, okay, so we've done the A minor 7 and added that 7th fret on the 1st string. Then we're back into it. And we move down just like we have so far. What we're doing is, after the intro, where we hit the 7th on the A7th, 7th fret of the 1st string, we're going back into the verse just like the intro, but the difference is, rather than come back after we hit the 3rd fret and 5th fret, we're going to come to an F9, but we're going to add a C over it. Alright, so I'll talk about that next. So let me talk about when they start the rhythm. They will hang a little bit on that 3rd and 5th fret of the 5th and 2nd string before they go to the next chord. So listen to how it starts. Here we go. into the verse. So see how he hangs on that 3rd and 5th fret before we go into this chord. Alright, what this chord is, we're taking our F note, think of it as an F9, okay? If you're not familiar, we'll be on the 5th fret at the 8th fret, 7th fret of the 4th string, and then barring across the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. Okay, that's how a lot of people teach this. But what he's using is the C note. So it's a F9 over C. So don't worry about the 5th string. Just put your middle finger on the 6th string at 8. And then come back into it. And we'll come around back to that chord. Back to that C over F9. We're going to go right to a B minor 7th, to an E 7th, to an A minor 7th, then to a D 7th. Alright, and that takes us to the chorus. So I'll play into the chorus with the second half of the verse and explain the chorus to you. Alright, so after we come in from the D7th, we're going to come in with a G to a D to an A minor, and then we walk down from a C to a B note to an A back to our G. Alright, so the things you can add to this song, when you're playing the G and you go to the D, you can add a D sus2, picking up your middle finger and adding it back on, so you'll have this. And then to an A minor, and you can pick up your first finger and add it back down. And then you do your walk down. Now if you want, you can add a D sus4 to 2 and open, so it'll sound like this. Let me go from the walk down. So you got almost like a thank you. So you got this. Alright, at that point you're going to the C, B, and A, and back to G. They'll do those chords, the G, D, A minor, back to C 3 times, and then they come back in basically with the verse. So you'll hear that there's actually a keyboard break, and the keyboard break, as I've noted in my notes, will go through the verse, okay, and we'll do that one time without the chorus. Well, actually, kind of with the keyboard break, it's like a verse, and then we're going to do a verse again before the chorus. So it'll go like this. We'll do that again. The keyboards are still going, and then we go to our B minor seventh, to an E seventh, to an A minor seventh, to a D seventh, and then we start again rather than going into the chorus. And this will be another verse where he actually sings. So you go through that. The only thing I want to talk about is the outro. Okay, so we've almost got the whole song. Okay, for the outro, what they do, I believe the chorus will come around 3 times. On the 4th time, you're going to do your G to D to A minor and walk down to C. Then we're going to change the actual rhythm more to an outro, so it'll sound like this. Alright, so he's changing it up. He's going into the 10th and 12th fret to the 9 and 10. To the 8th and 7th, this is where it gets a little quicker because we're just hanging on that for a quarter measure. Alright, back to our 3rd and 5th fret, and then we go, this is totally different from the song, we're going to go to the 2nd fret of the 5th string fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret, to an A minor 7, so we'll be on the 2nd string at 1, 4th string at 2, to a G. Alright, so you have this. Okay, so honestly, that's the whole song. Beautiful song. I really enjoyed getting the acoustic out, a little change from the electric, and I hope that it helps everybody. Alright, what kind of story do I have for Peter Frampton? Well, never saw him live, unfortunately. Back in the day, I can't even remember if he came to town or why we didn't go see him, but when I started out making videos for Vanderbilly, we all were trying to figure this out and how to make videos, and then I started uploading to YouTube also, and so did a lot of the other guys, and thank God we did, because Vanderbilly's site, which eventually became guitar.com, and then John sold that. John was the owner of Vanderbilly. But anyhow, during our years at Vanderbilly, one of the guys went to see Frampton live and commented in the forum of what he saw and how good Frampton was and what he thought Frampton was playing through as far as amps. And Frampton actually read this and joined the forum so he could reply, and he kind of corrected him on what amps he was actually using versus his rhythm guitarist. And John and David, who were the owner and forum manager, you know, kept Peter's email confidential, and nobody ever learned the difference. But that was one of the pretty cool things. There was another where Dale, who's still out there playing, he plays in Lexington, Kentucky, and I think it's called Lexington Lab Band. Anyhow, Dale is a phenomenal guitar player. He used to post lessons there, and he did a lesson on an Aerosmith song, and they were doing Toys in the Attic tour with the whole album being played, and Joe Perry needed to relearn one of the songs, and Dale had it, and they actually invited Dale when they came to Kentucky to the stage, and he was able to play through Joe's rig, and I'm not sure if he got to meet the band, but anyhow, just some cool stories. So I hope this song inspires you guys, and thanks for listening. Take care.